got something fun for you today, folks. I'm going to teach you a version of Turkey in the Straw on the guitar. I've already done an advanced version several years ago, but this is more of a straight-ahead melody version with a very special surprise. So watch it through and then hang on with me because I'll show you something else right after that. Let's go. What's better than one Santa Cruz OM playing Turkey in the Straw? Two Santa Cruz OMs. We're going to do some harmony. Check it out. So today's a big lesson. We're going to do Turkey in the Straw, key of G, great fiddle tune that everybody should know. We're doing a straight ahead melody version, but then we're going to learn how to do the harmony to it as well, which is fun because if you have a friend that's a guitar player, y'all can work this up together. If you're a Gold Pick member, you're watching this on the site, don't forget you can download the Jam Track MP3s for both the harmony or the melody or both of them together. So you can play either role, which is a lot of fun to do. All right, let's jump into an overview of this song because I want to show you a couple things on the tab and then we'll actually learn it. Let's do a quick overview of this tune just so whenever you look at the tab, you know what you're looking at. These first couple measures I have there just as a count in, and then we're going to start some potatoes. What are potatoes, you might say? Well, actually, I have a whole lesson on those, and we'll talk about them here in a little bit, but we're going to use those to establish the tempo and the timing of the song. Now, when we get into the actual fiddle tune, you've got one A part that's 8 measures long, and then it will repeat that with another A part. That same melody, same chord progression, we're just going to repeat those. Now, whenever I teach this to you, in the first A part, I'm going to keep it pretty straight up, more simple. We've got some quarter notes in here. Whenever we go to the second A part, we're going to add some eighth notes where those quarter notes previously were. If you ever have trouble playing through, say, the second A part, if it's a little bit difficult for you, you can always play through this first A part twice. Just repeat it. It's all good. Even if there's a measure that's hard for you on the second A part, you could substitute the measure from the first A part and throw it in there. When we get to the B part, do the same thing. We've got 2 B parts here. And then we have an ending. I'm going to give you a 4-bar ending that's very specific to this song. It's just one I made up. It's not standard, and as in you have to play that with the song, but it's fun to do that. Now, whenever we look at the harmony is going to be laid out on the tab just like the melody, except they're going to be harmonies. So you can see even here in the potatoes, we're going to play the potatoes with the melody. We're just going to play some different notes. Whenever I teach you the harmony portion on this lesson to you Gold Pick members, we go into how to actually create the harmony. And I have other lessons here on the site that show us that. So you can just go search for harmony and you'll see all those pulled up. We do it on all 3 instruments. Okay, let's jump into the song. I want to take a moment to tell you about this guitar that I'm playing because I always get questions from y'all about which guitar I'm playing. This is a Santa Cruz OM. I had it custom built according to the specs that I picked out from Santa Cruz. I wanted to tell you about some of those. The OM model is a smaller body style than the dreadnoughts that you typically see played in bluegrass, but that doesn't mean that they're small in sound, volume, tone, as you heard with this one. And I like these because they're easy to just sit around and play, not as big as a dreadnought. I got the German spruce top put on with a bear claw grain that you could probably see in there. You can see better photos over at the general store. Butter toast finish. Oh my goodness, the finish jobs that these Santa Cruz guitars have is second to none. East Indian rosewood, back and sides. Slot peg head, which I'm a sucker for. And then I had them put the Santa Cruz logo there on the 12th fret. So I'm loving playing this thing. It has a bags pickup in it from the factory. And I've had a chance to plug it in and it sounds wonderful. But if you want to check more of these out, and this one's technically for sale, just go to Banjo Ben's General Store, search for Santa Cruz, see what we have. Let's learn these A parts, and we're going to start with potatoes. Have you played potatoes before? They sound like this. Lots of different variations, but the point of potatoes is to establish the tempo and let folks know when you're going to come in. So this is a really common thing to do on fiddle tunes. We're going to slide from 4 to 5 on the D string into that G note, and then leave it down as you play your shuffle rhythm on your open G string. Now those last two notes in that measure are actually the pickup notes for the song. So the song melody actually starts on beat 4 of the measure. Okay, so let's play that together. You want to try? Ready, go. Now what you'll notice in those pickup notes is that we get this B note on the 4th fret of the G string. We're going to do that a whole lot in this lesson. It's one of the purposes of the lesson. But that B note there on the 4th fret is the same note that you get with your open string on the 2nd string. So you might say, why do we play it on the 4th string instead of doing this? Well, that's a great question. And it's something that you're going to do a lot whenever you're flat picking guitar. And one of the reasons is because, first of all, it does have a different tone. Listen to the guitar. 4th fret versus open. So it may be a tone thing that you prefer, but also it allows you to control the duration of this note. I can do this. And if you play the open string, you would have to mute it to control the duration of the note. Furthermore, the last reason is that we can easily get these notes without having to switch strings with our pick hand. Instead of going, we can do this. So it becomes a little bit more efficient with our pick hand, even if it's more work, or so it seems, with our fret hand. Now, as we move into the actual first A part, we do have those pickup notes, and then we land there. Let me play you this whole line just so you can hear what it sounds like along with the tab. First time through the A part, as I've mentioned, the song overview is really, really simple. We'll make it a bit more busy as we go through the second A part, but it does still cross some strings. You start here on the G string, and you have to jump all the way down and cover some notes on that low A string. So it's a bit of a challenge to cover those strings if you hadn't done that much, but we're making it a little easier on our pick hand by using that 4th fret as we see in measure 7. I encourage you to pay attention to those pick strokes. There's a reason why I have the arrows down beneath the notes. It's to help us keep coordinated there and sounding good. You want to try to maybe play this line with me slowly? Let's try. 1, 2, ready, go. One thing good about this arrangement in this song is there is lots of repeating in it. So when we go that next line, these first two measures we've already learned. Oh, let's see if I can play that again. But when we get into measure 11, that's where we're going to wrap up this first A part, and it climbs all the way up to this E note. That's our full A part, okay? How about we try to play all the way through this A part. Slowly, we'll start back with the potatoes, and then we'll take a look at the second A part. Let's try it. 1, 2, ready, go. Here we go. Going into our second A part, same melody. We're just going to throw a few more eighth notes in there. So in the first A part, check out measure 13. The first A part we did like this. Having those quarter notes in there. This time we're just going to throw in measure 14, some eighth notes. But nothing else is terribly different or difficult. I think the most difficult thing you're going to run into if you haven't used that fourth fret a lot is measures like 15, where we play 4, 2, 4, then have to jump up with our middle finger on 3. If you've never done that before, that just takes some practice. That's the reason why we're doing this lesson, is to be able to control that ring finger and middle finger. Let me try to play this line for you slowly. You can try playing along if you want. Ready, go. To have more repeating in measure 17, or actually we throw in this F sharp there. We haven't done that before. So measure 17. Pretty cool. And then we wrap it up. Now there's a fingering technique that I want you to keep in mind, measure 19, to make it easier, because we're going to jump up and play this first fret for the first time. And if you keep that ring finger down for the second time you play that third fret, measure 19, then you'll be forced to play that fourth fret with your pinky, which you can do, but we're going to want to shift. So I'm actually going to shift down at the end of measure 18 on those pickup notes, and then I'll use my index finger and ring. But whenever I play that open E string in measure 19, I'm going to take that opportunity to shift back up and move my middle finger to this third fret so that I can finish it out. Okay, so I'll play starting at the end of measure 18. Watch my shift. Shift. Let's play the whole line. 1, 2, ready, go. Shifting, shift. And that's all of our A parts there. So let's play the whole, or everything that we've learned so far, both A parts. And you can slow this video down if you want and see how we do. Start back at the potatoes. 1, 2, ready, go. To the B parts, and that's where your Gold Pick members continue on. Don't forget to download the tab, the Jam Track MP3s. If you're watching somewhere like YouTube or Facebook, I'd be honored to have you come on board over on the website. Just go joinbanjoben.com, access this full lesson and hundreds more. Let's learn the B part and the ending now.